Hello, everybody. Happy. It's Tuesday. I'm going to tell you the truth. I think it's like Thursday or Friday, just how I'm feeling. It's only Tuesday. I'm going to rephrase that. Take that back. Not just, is it just only Tuesday? It is Tuesday. Period. Yeah. We have to catch ourselves with what we say. Even if we make a mistake, pull it back and put it out the way you want to put it out. So, hello. For those who've never met me before, my name is Ernestine Day, and I am the soulful guitarist. I channel energy from source through me, through my guitar, without using words. And I am always blown away every single time I'm playing, and the magic that unfolds, and me trusting myself. Was it 4.5 years now of looping? I think it's getting close to 5 now. And what this tool has done for me from the inside out is just, they're godsmackers. It's just, I've never ceased to amaze what happens for me. So, shall we get down to this? Okay, here we go. Holy smokes. that was that was amazing. That yeah. Yeah, so well said in so many different ways right now. Thank you, Andrea. I just love you, sister. You have the most amazing comments every time you're on here. And it comes from your soul. And it's like, you know what I look like, but I have no idea what you look like. And I was just thinking that, actually, you know what? As I go to say this, is while I was channeling, holy shit, Andrea, you ready for this, girl? Are you ready? When I started channeling, and I was there for a bit, and I felt I need to let Andrea know. So that's why tagged you, and you come in when you come in. And I have absolutely no doubt when I go to say this, that energy was for you. That was me channeling your energy, the soul signature song. That was just channeled. No wonder. Let Andrea know I'm on here. Like it's clear and it feels right. So there you go, Miss Andrea. That's what I love about what I do. Like anybody who's followed me for any period of time, you never know what's going to come out of me from one song to the next, and from one time I'm on here to the next. I never know. It's like, and even while I was channeling there, they were telling me that you need to let people know what you do is called live looping. So in other words, there's nothing programmed in my looper here, nothing. And if you hear from a song from the beginning and how it unfolds, like, Andrea, you got to, when this live is over with, you got to go back and listen from the beginning. Like, holy shit. Thank you. Thank you for being you, and thank you for allowing me this opportunity to do that for you. Okay, let's see where we go next. Holy smokes. Oh my God. What a magical ride. Oh. Yeah. Okay, let's see where we go. It's actually 9:34, and I had an amazing day today. And if you want to read about it or whatever, it's on my Facebook page, pinned to the very top. I find it absolutely hilarious, and this is just observing this, and the Tom, the president, he because he was talking and all this, and one of the things the arbitrator said, so what page was that? And he says, whatever. So the date is blah, 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 blah. And he goes, I don't know. He goes, I'm just reading my notes. But he should still have his stuff there. But anyway, so, and the arbitrator says it's dated January the 30th of 2026. And Tom says, well, it could be, yeah, right? I trust you. And the arbitrator says that anything that is written after the date, or or not rephrase, I just need to get clear my brain here, that when the day they gave us the eviction, which was January 27th, that no letters can come in after that date. So if somebody just wrote it now, it's not eligible. It's gone, right? And Tom went, oh, okay, fine, right? And you could just tell he wasn't happy about that. So he kept on going, and so he finished, and so now it's, the hour's up. And so the arbitrator, he said that, Tom, you've had your chance to present your case, and on the next hearing, when we have it, it's going to be Ernestine's time. Well, actually Ramona and me. And I could just feel their energy, right? So later this afternoon, I got an email from Tom, and he's trying now to read me the riot act, right? You need dates, times, exactly what was done, how it was done, and all this shit. And and I want it done properly, blah, blah, blah. We've been sending in letters for the last 3.5 years. Can't you read? We have been reporting to you, and you're not listening. You're not hearing what we've been telling you all along. And I find it quite interesting when people are getting exposed for just, this are like two sides of this, for who they are and the inappropriate behavior and conduct that they are operating this facility as. And it's, because I know in my emails, it was actually 2 days ago, but for some reason it didn't go through until, or maybe it didn't go through yesterday, and I resent it this morning. It might have been that. And I just blatantly said, I've been telling you for 3.5 years and reporting stuff, and you've never responded to me once. And what Tom Latter cannot comprehend or understand, that under the RTB Act, when we send a letter to the landlord, no matter if it's the president or the caretaker, it doesn't matter, they must respond properly, meaning if it's a repair, within 1 to 3 days. It's what it says in the RTB Act. And if you get a letter that, they need to respond in a fairly quick time, I usually give them, a week or two, depending what it is. And I can tell that I really aggravated him Because now he's trying to cover his ass and take this stance with me. This is how you're going to do it. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there, and we've already been doing it. I've given you letters with dates on it. And it's just been totally interesting. That's all I'm going to say, because they keep on showing themselves. And even, the arbitrator asked them if they'd be willing to try to work this out. And Tom says, absolutely not. I've had enough of this stuff. Just very angry, right? But what he showed was the arbitrator will hear it, when I give the evidence next week, actually. We got a date already in this next week, which is perfect. And when I go to spell this all out, right, I can say exactly what it is. I just know. And it's just, the arbitrator is going to really understand this whole thing, me getting eviction, because this hearing right now is not mine, it's Ramona's. Mine's coming up in my second part, is, sorry, that's happened to me how many times today, just all gone, and usually it comes back, but it doesn't feel like it's there, but I'm disappointed in him as the president. I think I might have said something, I can't remember, but I have to reread what I actually sent him. Because this is how I look at everything. And in this case here is that the president and the entire board need to be unbiased and neutral on everything. At my hearing, was it 2 weeks ago now? At my hearing, Tom stated this under oath, that he believes everything that Doug tells him. Everything. And I fully support him. He's doing a damn good job for us. Blah, 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 blah. And I remember at my hearing, when I mentioned that, I heard the rumor about Doug and Tom being best friends. I heard that shortly after I moved in. I don't give anything any credence, but I heard it. I'll find it for myself. Not that I set out to do that, but it just, I don't believe everything I hear from people. And when that incident happened, well, going back a little bit, is when I went to sit down with Doug, the caretaker, just because I wanted to talk to him about the RTB and, that kind of stuff. And what Doug was doing just kept on putting me off, right? Because I asked whenever you're available, right? But he kept on putting me off for about 6 weeks. And then I was paying my rent. I asked him again. He goes, well, I'm going to have a third person here. And I said, perfect. Perfect. Let's have a board member here. The look in his face said it all, and he told me to get the fuck out of his office. He did not expect that. He thought I was going to cower down and all this. It didn't happen. And then he retaliated on me a couple weeks later by trying to tow my car in front of my suite. Just pure retaliation for him to show me who's boss. You don't mess with me, I'll show you. Just that mentality, that good old boys club stuff. Like, I don't get it. And I'm sorry, there's so much running through me right now. But I'm ever so grateful that I'm able to see this clearly, not what I think it is, but what it is. And I'm now really calling it out. And there, I, I know they're going to be in for a huge lesson and a shock. Ramona's hearings next Thursday, I think it is, and it's going to be a blast to expose all this stuff. Yeah. And the other 3 people I'm working with are absolutely amazing. And today, I was, of course, was working one-on-one with Ramona in her hearing. And like, she's witnessing firsthand the magic of Ernestine Day. And she's been experiencing it actually for the last, 6 weeks, or 2.5 months, actually, 2.5 months. But the more she witnessed me, she knows I'm consistent on everything in my life. I'm not wishy-washy or weird and all that. And it's, so by me doing what I'm doing, because they're all scared, except for one. Well, they're not really scared. Exactly. Yes. My beautiful friend and sister, Andrea, just said, right into the core of the cause. Yeah, you can get caught up in, with Ramona. She kept on reading all these nasty things that people wrote, and most of it was not true, meaning this: that woman does not swear. She does not scream. She does not yell. She may be frustrated. That frustration is not yelling. And she's witnessing a different way, and I'm talking to her, not just at the hearing, but, for the last few weeks, is like I see her, and I know she's deeply hurt by what some of these people have said about her. And I said to her, because most of you guys know there's a really two-sided thing here, because what's happening, they're triggering that wounded part of herself. All she's doing is trying to help people. And I said, these people were never your friends. I'll tell you right now, there's nobody in here that's your friend. This entire complex. Be polite to everybody, but you never talk about another tenant to another tenant. You never talk about management here to another tenant, unless you know really who you're talking to. And I said, this little group, which is now went from 4 to 5, right? And where you know it's not going to get outside. Because if you see anything outside this little circle of ours, you're feeding the monster. So anybody that and I say the word monster, like I said to her, I said, I need to say this to you. I said, if you never said anything to anyone in the first place, there would have been nothing there for them to write down, would there? She goes, no. That's my point. Stop making your comments, stop making your little slime remarks, and whatever it is you're trying to prove. You got nothing to prove to these people. You need to start proving to yourself that to honor you and go, I've done nothing wrong, and stay true to that. But she's got these wounds inside of her, right? And she goes, it hurts. And I said, I know it hurts, and I'm sorry, but you need to look at your part in all of this. Like, I know she's going to sit back, think about this and whatever, and I hope to God she's going to learn. Because, and I'll be very honest, some of the comments and letters that people put in there, what they tried to say about her. But I know that 2, 3, I said to one woman, actually, I talked to one of the people who wrote something, and she told me where she got it from, because it was this journal that she had, and she wrote that down in her journal when she first moved in. Her experience with Ramona. And I know Ramona opened her mouth. Said, yeah, you'll find out who he is. You'll find out. No, you keep your fucking mouth shut. It's like, good God, girl, you're creating your own problem. Well, they need to know. I said, no, they don't. What's important that you know. That's the important part, is that you know. And you start operating everything accordingly. Hey, Jen, how you doing, girl? Because what people do, they do this. That finger thing. Oh, look out there. No, take that finger and point it back at yourself. Right? And this is the thing, I think this whole thing that I'm going through with these people here is every single one of us, including me, needs to take accountability and responsibility for every word I say, everything that I write, every email or whatever I write. I'll take full responsibility, because all I've done is ever spoken truth. Do I sit there and say, oh, you're an asshole? No. I don't need to do that. You show that yourself, right? Just by your own behavior, by your own conduct, by your own lack of caring that your residents have reported to you multiple times that the caretaker, Doug, is abusing us. Now, the one thing about abuse, and I think this is where Tom's brain has gone, thinking abuse is, physical abuse? No, I just said the word abuse. That means verbal. It means a look, a threat. All these things are abuse. That's abusive. Telling people, get the hell out of your office, don't ever come back. I don't have to talk to you. Because you're dealing with a narcissist that doesn't like somebody not confronting him, but he, in his mind, is, well, they're trouble, Like, can you have a decent conversation? He's not capable. And what's happening with all of this is that for me, it's about accountability for the caretaker's behavior conduct. The things I've learned in the last 2.5 months since this all started, which I think is January the 6th, I think it was. I know that's the day I think I did up the letter, and we delivered on the 7th to all the residents here. Well, I know I did, anyway. And that, sorry, actually, there's part of me that is tired of just gone again. But anyway, sorry, I don't mean to leave you guys hanging on that, but you can just feel the energy where it was going to go. I know it was a good one. But I think this gal needs to go and just be quiet. I needed this for myself this evening. And I just had a great day today, and I feel good about today. And I know what I was talking about Ramona a bit ago. Ramona kept on reading all these nasty letters, and she kept on spiraling down this shit. And I said, why you keep on reading that? Every time you read it, all you're doing is re-wounding yourself. Stop it. Now, stop it. Stop it. And that goes for all of us. Every time we go back, especially at the beginning of healing about something, every time we go back and if we read something that's traumatizing to us, or we keep on having that pattern, it's all the same, is that we keep on re-traumatizing ourselves just by rehashing that out, talking about it, right? And all we do is re-wound ourselves. Yes, we are hurt. But by keep on reading stuff and talking about it, you're just keeping all that energy alive. So you're adding the fuel of that pain inside of you. You have a choice. It's not doing you any good. Keep on going back there and rereading this, rereading that. Or keep on doing this, keep on doing the same thing. And we can't change the people. It's not our job to change these people. It's not our job to make other people aware of who's who and who's what. Most people in here, and this is what I found, like even myself, I found out fairly quick, right? And I moved in here in February, end of February, and he was doing stuff before this, because that's where he was refusing to sit down and have a conversation, which I was going to talk about the RTB. He didn't want to do that. And he was hoping I would just go away. And that's what he usually does. He just, slough it off, and they'll go away. Well, I don't go away. I'm sorry, I don't. Exactly, Jen. Jen just said this, working on healing instead of focusing on it, don't give it your power. Don't give your power away. Absolutely. And that's the whole thing. So every single one of us, and no matter what the situation is, step back and take a look at yourself. Not necessarily in the moment, because I usually reflect afterwards, and I do my best when talking to people and having conversations with them that clears as much as possible. And the one thing these people don't understand, I don't live the way they live. And I'm not putting them down, good God. Not at all. It's just to talk about the weather. Going to the doctor tomorrow. Oh, good for you, right? That's their life. And that's okay. They fill their boots. They're not hurting anybody. And I'm showing them who I am all the time. I can't have, or not can't, I'll rephrase that. I'm not able to have a conversation, which I can do on here, for example. Right? Like, my friend Andrea that's here, she, we don't talk very often, and that's just texting back and forth on Messenger. And we're both, and it's really cool because neither one of us have to feel like we have to explain or justify. I did something that by accident that triggered her because she was working on a wound, and I did not know this. Now I know, so I'm more cautious whatever I send to her. And I said, thank you for letting me know, because I would have never known, and thank you. Now I'm aware. But that's her and me. We don't have to explain or justify anything. She just let me know. And, oh, thank you. And, I feel very blessed. Andrew, you've been around me, what? I think it's got to be 3 years, hasn't it? Something like that. Jen, what, you've been around a year and a half? Something like that? Let's see, there's maybe one more song in me. Okay, let's see where we go. Okay, here we go. that is one way to end the live stream tonight. Just like, wow. Also would like to thank every single one of you guys that are here now or later for everything, for being a part of this magic I get to channel with the rest of with the entire world. Even if you're here or not, it's going out to the universe. And yeah, I don't know if Jen's still here, because I thought I saw something. She's going to go to bed. And then I saw she's still there, so she couldn't tear herself away. Anyway, you guys, thank you very, very much. Oh, you're still here. Good girl. So that's it. This gal's going to be quiet, and I feel like I'm wide awake, to be quite honest. Like, no, I don't want to be awake right now. I don't feel tired. I literally, because I didn't know how I was feeling before the hearing this morning, and I'm dealing with Ramon. She just keeps on going down the stuff. It's just too where she's at in her life, and I know her mind is starting to go, and she knows it. And I'm trying to be patient with her, but man, sometimes it's challenging. Okay, and but I'm also very proud of her for listening to me and hearing what I'm trying to get across to her. She just needs to change a few things and be careful who she ever talks to, period. Ten a.m. So by the time I sign off here, it's going to be 1:11. Jen lives in Michigan. See, I remember where you're at. I don't know whereabouts in Michigan, but I know you're in Michigan because I got other friends that are in Michigan. So, yeah, I'm going to be posting for your guys' support on Wednesday. I think her hearing's on Wednesday or Thursday. It's one of those 2 days next week. And I'm going to be posting, asking you guys for your help and support energetically wise to help me be able to help her. You guys have no idea how much you helped me this morning. I cannot thank you all enough for your amazing, loving energy. And yeah, look at that. There we go. Yeah, and you helped me all get through it today. And I cannot thank you enough. So on that note, it's 1:11 in Michigan time.